Let there be light. And a very good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome to our divine service tonight. Great pleasure to have two wonderful emissaries for the spirit world. From Sweden, we have Mr. Fredrik Haglund, who's a DSNU certificate holder. And from Denmark, we have Jack Eckhart, who is the president of the Danish Spiritual Association. Gentlemen, a very warm welcome to you both, and thank you so much for being here with us this evening. So without further ado, if I could invite Fredrik to deliver our opening prayer tonight in your native tongue of Swedish, please, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lawrence, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a true pleasure to be here, and it's an honor to be asked to do the opening prayer in my own language. So please join me in prayer as we open our service today. Älskade Gud, vi har samlats ikväll för att ta del av kommunikation mellan våra två världar. Vi sänder ut våra tankar, vår kärlek, vår energi och healingkraften och låter den ta plats idag. Vi vet att du är närvarande i allting som vi gör, och vi vet att du kommer att sprida din kunskap, din healing och din kärlek mellan oss ikväll. Vi vet att du kommer att hjälpa dem som gör övergången till din värld ikväll något speciellt lugnt och harmoniskt. Vi tackar dig för att du finns med oss i våra tankar, vår healingkraft och kärlek. Vi tackar dig för detta så mycket av all vår kärlek. Amen.
Amen. I find it just so beautiful that no matter what language a prayer is spoken in, that energy, that intent, and that link with the divine just shines through. There are no barriers to language. So thank you so much, Fredrik. As we all are aware, within spiritualism, one of our biggest tenets is the art of healing. And I always say that healing is not a specialized thing. It's not something given to a few. It's available for everybody. Everybody can be a healer, be it through the spiritual aspect of laying on hands, through the various disciplines of healing, but also in our everyday life, through talking to people, through uplifting people, through smiling at people. So many ways, and to us may seem insignificant, but we don't know that person we smiled at may be the only contact they've had for however long. They may be in a place where that smile will turn the corner for them. So we should never betray or belittle our own abilities to be healers. So I'd ask you now just to join in, just to send out those thoughts of healing to wherever you are drawn, be it the environment, the animal kingdom, ourselves, our friends, our nations. It matters not, because you follow that heart vibration, and love and healing are one and the same. So just for this short time, just send out those thoughts. And if you wish, just type into the chat box any names that you would like to be brought forward to receive that individual care and attention. So just for a short time, we dwell within our thoughts, our own power, our energy, and our link with the divine. Thank you. Divine and infinite Spirit, that whom we call God, the God of our own understandings. We thank you just for this short time together, to keep us ever mindful that this art and act of healing is not constrained to a special time nor place, but is there to exercise in every living minute of this time here on this beautiful planet. Amen. So we now have our first piece of music, please.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your ability. You are capable of anything. You can achieve any dream. Please don't limit yourself. Don't live your life limited. It's not all sadness and misery. Life's a challenge, but you will succeed. Take control of how you feel in every circumstance. Work on yourself daily. Your story's far from done. The best is yet to come. To achieve, you must believe. You can live out all your dreams. Persevere, you'll make it through. What you need is all in you. When you believe, you will achieve. You can live out all your dreams. It's about time you knew the truth. You got the power all in you. Whoa, whoa, you have to believe in yourself. You don't have to hide anything. You can be your true self. Don't need to follow society. Never forget that you're blessed. Give thanks for everything. Even the hard times will turn out to be blessings. No matter how you feel, you can learn from your pain. It's there to make you great. Your story's far from done. The best is yet to come. To achieve, you must believe. You can live out all your dreams. Persevere, you'll make it through. What you need is all in you. When you believe, you will achieve. You can live out all your dreams. It's about time you knew the truth. You got the power all in you. To achieve, you must believe. You can live out all your dreams. Persevere, you'll make it through. What you need is all in you. When you believe, you will achieve. You can live out all your dreams. It's about time you knew the truth. You got the power all in you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful piece of music, one of my favorites. So we come up to another great tenet of our religion, philosophy, understanding, way of life, however you refer to it within spiritualism. And that is the wonderful gift of philosophy. Philosophy can be a gift for one, a message for one, or a message for all. So tonight's philosophy, I will introduce with a short reading, and then Jack and Fredrik will talk and discuss what the reading, if anything, brought to them. So tonight's reading. When you pray, you become the prayer. We understand that God is an inner power, not an outside one. When you ask for something in prayer, it is of no use expecting an outside power to come along and give you what you have requested. But if you can become your prayer through the sincerity and depth of your thoughts, then you will have the answer. Each person will experience prayer in their own way, because each of us is different. There are some that will use a formula, but I do not think that this has great value. When you use the same words over and over again, they become at best not a prayer, but a mantra. And that is an entirely different matter. Prayer must be stimulated from the heart and not the memory. And they were the words of Gordon Higginson. Gentlemen, hand over to you.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you, Lawrence. Yes, and sort of tremendous pleasure to be here this evening and to be back here at Poland, especially being here together with Fredrik, my Nordic brother. But if I can just start with a few comments here, Fredrik, if that's okay for you, because there was something in those words that really goes to my heart, goes to my divine, and what this it was this in Gordon Higginson's words about become the prayer. I believe often, both as we see in services, but I believe even in our daily lives, I believe we all do prayers every day. Thinking about it or not, sometimes we just pray for a free parking space, aren't we? But as Gordon Higginson is addressing here in these words, is about to me, it's about not trying to demanding, but really asking and just becoming what you are asking for. Sometimes we hear people say, "Oh, I want to win a million in the lotto. I want a new car. I want so and so." And as I see it, our society these days, it's very much about wants. We pray for what we want. And sometimes if we're becoming the prayer, we might be able to pray for what we need. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, Fredrik.
Thank you, Jack. I totally agree with what you're saying. And I think it's important to become the prayer, not only if you do something mediumistic or in the spirit world or spirit work. I think it's in all areas and all occasions. And that's it. It's so important that you really believe in what you're praying. And of course, as you said, everyone wants to win the lottery. Everyone wants to have a new car. But do you really need everything that you want to have? But if you then look into yourself and have the communication with yourself and sending up your thoughts of what you really need and praying for something that is really dear to you, then you will have so much easier to reach what you're looking for. And also there's a spoken word who said, everyone who is feel good have so many wishes, but the person who is sick and unwell only have one wish and one prayer. So it tells me the importance of how to pray for the right thing in life, because if you're praying not only for yourself, but those who are in need of what they need, it might be a plate of soup, or there might be bus tickets money to be able to go to the work. It doesn't matter, because sometimes it's just a small thing that you're praying for who creating the difference in the bigger difference in the world. So if you're praying and are true to yourself, everything will fall into place. It might not be today or tomorrow, but when your prayer needs to be answered, then it's the time when it will be answered and it will fall into place. And that's my belief. And it doesn't matter what we pray for. When the time is right, it will fall into place for us. And so it's very true what Lauren said, become the prayer.
Yeah, and I do believe as well, a way for me to become the prayer. Often I think when we're doing prayers, we're giving the prayer up or out or something that doesn't be. But how often, ladies and gentlemen, how often do you put the prayer within to your own divine, within to that little spark we all have in our hearts of that great creator? Try to have that thought that we all are part of that divine. So why don't we sometime just giving that prayer to ourselves, giving that prayer to that little spark of God, that little spark of the Creator that is within us, that we all share. Maybe that way, that prayer will reach not only ourselves, make ourselves become our prayer, but maybe that way we do prayer for and to everybody else. Just thoughts there.
Yeah, I think as long as you go into yourself and have the conversation with yourself and in the silence and listen to what is your soul wants to say, what is your spirit wants to say, because we don't need to have the communication from the spirit world to be able to communicate with the spirit, because all of us here have the spirit within us. And if you're just taking a deep breath and listening, what is your soul and what is your spirit wants to explain and pray for, and you might be surprised, and it won't be the normal words that you're normally using. If you're true and listening to what your soul is saying, you will hear something totally different, and you will hear something beautiful, and in the end of the day, you will probably be touched by their own words.
Yeah, and we can probably all of us relate to sometimes talking to ourselves, not praying to ourselves, but talking to ourselves. I do that from time to time, and I believe that many people here that does the same. Sometimes it's with a great success. Other times not as much. I believe maybe some of you can relate to that. But for me, it's like when I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to my mind. When I pray to myself, I'm talking to my heart. And just thoughts that are just coming in here, that actually what we call a prayer, because that's the prayer is what Gordon Higginson is talking about in his text here, and Gordon Higginson mentioned the mantra here as well. And maybe sometimes when we are, what Gordon Higginson is addressing here is when we are talking to us when we are talking to ourselves, when we are talking to our own mind, it becomes to our mind, to our own mind, from our own mind, it becomes a mantra. But if we talk from our own heart to our own heart, that maybe becomes a prayer.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful said, Jack.
And just thoughts that just popping up here, because basically now we have had the beautiful opening prayer in Swedish. I know we're going to have a closing prayer in Danish. I know a lot of you good people here don't understand the Swedish or the Danish, but I'm sure that you could feel the energy of the prayer in Swedish. And I'm sure if we are going into that energy in the prayer, that's energy of the divine, I'm sure we can change our perception of what is a prayer and what is God. And maybe that's a way to turn things a little bit around and be connected more with our God and with ourselves with that. Any thoughts, Fredrik?
No, I think that's a beautiful ending of the thoughts about the prayer and the philosophy, and it's beautiful said, Jack. And I'm quite sure we will, when you do the closing prayer in Danish, we will all feel the energy and the power of it, and the word doesn't matter.
Yes.
Gentlemen, thank you. That was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. And on that, where we think about what's been said and reach out, because each piece of philosophy has the ability to be a message, a guide, an indicator for our own thinking, our own development, our own understanding. So we go into our second piece of music, please.
Dark days are gonna go away. They won't have the final say. These bones were always gonna fade, 'cause we were made for another place. The moment of our final breath, when all the fears are put to rest, every tear will disappear. Heaven is real. We're gonna live on breathing air we have never breathed. We'll see colors we've never seen. Every sound like a symphony, rising up as the angels sing. The arms of grace are open wide, the face of love before our eyes, where every tear will disappear. Heaven is real. We're gonna live on Our hearts have been set in motion for something more than we could ever imagine. There's so much more, there's so much more. Our hearts have been set in motion for something more than we could ever imagine. There's so much more, there's so much more.
So before we now hand over to our two evidential mediums for the evening, just a quick reminder for everybody. If the medium will work in different ways, sometimes knowing directly where they're going, sometimes not, absolutely wonderful. If the evidence is being given and you understand that, if you could use your reaction button and just put your hand up, thusly, and that will bring you up to the top of the screen to be seen. If you can't find the button, don't worry, just do something to attract our attention and we will come to you. I'd just like to ask the people with cameras off, should mediums come to work with you, it would be very hospitable of you all to just bring your videos live so we can see who we're working with. And remember, each communication is a miracle. You know, we take it for granted sometimes, but it's not. It's a miracle. What better to say that we are alive and we are with you and we are watching over you and we are part of your daily life. So celebrate this time of communication because it is about joy. It is about healing, it is about love and about upliftment. So engage in those vibrations should the mediums come to you. Gentlemen, I believe Jack has been elected to go first.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And hello again, everybody. Yes, Lauren said we all work different. I rarely go direct, especially not here on Zoom, but I will. But I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that I will try to work as close with your loved ones as I can. As Lauren said, just raise your hand if you understand the information here when I put it out. But I know as soon as Lauren said we are watching you, there was a lady stepping in here. I know with this lady, she was a lady that was watching the family and overlooking the family. I believe this lady is a grandmother or that generation of grandmothers I do have with me here. I do feel with her when she left this physical world. I feel with her. She has been mid-80s, around that age when she passed. I do feel with grandma here. I do feel with her. Let me see here. I do feel with her that's wherever she wants to come to have spent time at her house. If it might be a lot of holidays or been living there, but I know there is must be the understanding of this close bond and these a big amount of time spent together. And no grandma here have been like the head of the family, if I can put it that way. She has been quite a straightforward lady and put in a nice way, could be at times be quite a controlling lady as well here, as I'm watching you. Let me see here. And if anybody could understand this lady so far, I'll just give a little bit more from her here. I do feel with this lady here. I can see Lenka, you put your hand up. I can feel that with this lady here as I'm working with her. I know with her that that she was a lady that took good care of herself. She put an effort into her looks, her presence, and these things. And I know with her, as I'm working with me here, I know she's making me aware of some jewelries, and I know she especially is making me aware of a ring that still should be around in the family, if not with the recipient, with somebody close around the recipient. So we have Gillian and Lenka. You both understand this ring, and I feel like okay, we had a few more on. Let me describe. see this ring quite a significant ring, quite a big ring, and not necessarily a variable one, but quite a big one. You all understand that. And I know with that, I can see Lenka is showing a ring there she's wearing. But you must also understand there that beside from that ring, there is also other jewelries, and as I see it here, there's a set with like a necklace, there's earrings, and there is one on the armrest. Not similar to the ring, different from the ring, but that it's like another set that is still around as well. You all understand that? Okay. Okay, and I know here. Okay, I know here with grandma as well. Here, that's okay. Let's see here. I know with grandma I have with me here as well. I know. Okay, I feel with her that there was a strong faith in her. I believe she had a strong belief in God, not necessarily the way we believe in God, but a strong belief in God. And I feel like she was doing a lot of prayer. She was doing a lot of prayers, and not just every Sunday I go into the church, but I feel like I want to sit down by my bedside, by the table, by everywhere to do prayers. You both understand
Yeah, I
that?
can take it all. She was Catholic. She prayed. I have the ring. I've got the necklace. I've got the bracelet. And she
Okay.
was the head of the family. Everything what you
Okay.
said.
Okay. And Vivian, would you understand all this as well? Just nod if you can. Okay.
I understood the ring, although it wasn't a very big ring, so it may not be.
Okay, but you understand all the rest as well, with the necklace, the earrings, and that's extra set. Okay, let me just work a little bit more with her here, and see where it goes. Okay, so let me see here. One of you must understand as well. I talked about this spending a lot of time together. I've been there on a lot of holidays. I've been living there for a time. You both understand
Yeah,
that?
I live with her. She live with. I live with her in her house.
Okay, so but
Or our
because I
house, yeah.
know she's bringing in memories here about time spent together, and I feel like. Let me see here. I feel like I want to go into the garden with her. So I know she must have had a garden there. So going into the garden with her, and okay. And I also feel here. It seems to me like her garden was quite a practical garden. There's a bit of everything, but I also know in a part of the garden. You must understand there was hence there was like chickens and things like that in the garden, because I know there's memories about going out and picking eggs and things.
All correct. Yes, big garden and lots of animals, chickens, rabbits, and everything.
Yes. Are you still with on that part as well, Vivian?
No.
No. Okay. So thank you. Because I know she's bringing the memories in with the garden, with the eggs and everything. But Lenka, you must understand there as well. With grandma, she was a lady that. Let me see here. She was a lady that was.
Go back to mama. No, sorry.
Oh, no problem. Lenka, you must understand with your grandma here as well. She was. I know a lot of grandmas is, but she was quite good in the kitchen there as well. But I also know with her that after her, you must understand there's a box of recipes as well. And if I'm not wrong, it's quite an old. Would I be right saying it's a wooden box? It's not a plastic box. It's a wooden box with a lot of recipes, and it's a mix of her own handwritten recipes, and there's some things that is been cut out for magazines and things
Yes.
to
Yeah.
put it
Yes.
in as
Yeah.
well. So
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
a mix of everything of recipes there. Okay. And you must understand the grandma as well here, Lenka, that she was, would it make sense if I'm saying she was always making shopping lists? Just say no.
Was my mother was more organized with shopping lists, but I don't know about her. I actually don't know, but she was a
Okay.
very good cook with everything.
Okay, let me just go with what, because she's just showing, I don't know why I have a shopping list laying
I know
on the
what you mean,
table here
yeah.
next to me, and she starts just bringing my attention to it. And the first thing standing on that shopping list is apple cake.
Which, sorry, what?
Apple cake.
Apple, oh, yes, yeah.
You understand?
How did you think you're making one today?
Okay, so it's just it's just a little thing she just made me aware of, so you understand the shopping list where where the apple cake is on the top here, and Lenka, you know, with your grandma here, I know with her, as I said earlier on with her, that she was the head of the family.
Yes.
She could be quite a direct talking lady here as well.
Yeah.
And if I'm not wrong here, that could be not necessarily a hand, but whatever she could use. If you didn't behave, you would have a slap. You understand that?
Yeah,
because
her sons, yes.
Yes, because I feel with her that she, with the strictness, with the direct thing, and could be bit physical, never beating up, but it's just this slap. Now you listen kind of thing there. But also know with her, even though she could be so dominating, she could be so controlling and everything, I know there was a big love for the family from her as well. You understand that?
Yes, yeah.
But also know that you must understand as well here that there's people in the family that have put question marks on the love from her, and I feel I'm talking about a gentleman in the family here. Would you understand that?
I wonder if it would be her son.
Might be. I'm just know she's making me aware of a man that have been putting question marks on, and it's like there have been some argues or fallouts or something between her and this man. You understand this? I know this man must still be here on the earth plane.
I wonder if it's my father. Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, he's on the earth plane. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's not one in spirit, but I know it's one here on the earth plane, because I know as she's coming and bring my attention to it, I know she would never give and apologize or admit she was wrong while she was here.
Mm-hmm.
But she is trying to bring that forward from the other side now, to say, maybe for you to bring on, if it's your father here,
yeah.
That's grandma talking about here. I might be a little bit wrong, not much, but just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. Because I know while she was here, she would have really a hard time to admit if she was wrong. But hey, everybody can change the perspective, and I know they often do when they are going into the spirit world, and I feel like she is doing that as well. But Lenka, if I can just leave her with you there, with that love, with that strength of hers as well, and just with that little comment to your dad there.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant.
So thank you for letting me work on it.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Jack. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, next one I'm becoming aware of here is a man, and I do feel with this man when he left this physical work. I feel with him I feel like I'm in my 50s, mid 50s, when I passed away. I do feel with this gentleman that there has been I do feel with this gentleman that there has been feels like a short period of time with illness before his passing. I know he, as a feeling here, I know I want to go out in nature with him. I want to be out in the out in the fields and out feeling the warmth from the sun and the freshness from the wind. I do feel with him when I'm looking at him, he looks to me like his face, his skin is quite affected by the weather. Is the look I'm having with him here, and I do feel with him here as well. Let's see. I do feel with him as well. Actually, funny enough, I feel like quite a good hair on him there. So okay, and I do feel with him as well that there might have it does feel like there has been he has been having an earring in life as well. Would anybody understand this gentleman so far? I'm not sure how he is related at the moment, but I feel like it doesn't feel like it's a close family member here. It's more like a friend or a colleague or something like that is the feeling I'm having with him here. Nobody. Okay, let me just work a little bit more with him here. Let me see. I do feel with him here. I feel with him. I was talking about this short period of illness, and I feel this illness. I feel that there has been some issues with his throat and his breathing, and it feels like my lungs is quite a lot affected by the illness. So I know there's quite a heavy breathing with him there, and I do feel with him that. Let me see here. And if I'm not wrong here, I want to go, I believe about 10 to 15 years back with his passing, and I do feel that he is related. Let me see. I do feel with him here that the let me see. I do feel that somebody should know him from the neighborhood here, and it's a little bit more than know of, but a man that you have met, you have been talking to from time to time, and not necessarily have had a lot to do with. Nobody's responding on this. Okay, in that case, I'll just ask him to bring somebody else forward here. So okay, let's see. Okay, there is coming another gentleman forward here instead of him stepping in front of him. And know with this other gentleman, I do feel with this other gentleman that while he was here in life, I do feel when he was this was quite an active gentleman while he was here in life, and I feel with him that his passing was quite sudden, and I do feel with him that I'm not sure if it's an accident or whatever happened, but it's quite sudden passing here, and I feel like with this gentleman I have been in my mid 60s, late 60s with the passing. I do feel with this passing that it can be related to I do feel it that this passing can't be related to the heart, and I do feel with him here. Let me see. I do feel with this gentleman here with this. Let me get this right. I don't know. I feel with this gentleman, he was quite a communicative gentleman, and I know with him that he was more a coffee drinker and than a tea drinker, because I'm looking here at my tea and she says, no, give me a good cup of coffee instead there. Okay, Gillian, you put your hand up.
Yeah, I can take all that.
Yeah, and you can
Excuse me.
take the coffee drinker.
Yes, he never drank tea.
Okay, because I just know I don't want that tea. I want
No,
I want the coffee.
I don't want that tea, rather.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want the coffee. Okay, but Gillian, you must understand with okay, you must understand with this gentleman as well that I said he was quite communicative. He talked a lot and so on.
Yep.
But I also know with him that he was a gentleman that was really good at taking care of other people.
He was very caring to all his family. Very,
Yes.
very good.
So with that in mind, Gillian, you must understand the other gentleman I asked to go back and bring somebody else forward, because I know the two of them are somehow connected.
Ah, this may well be somebody he knew from his work. When I think back to it, I can remember now. Yes.
Yeah, and it's somebody you have met.
Yes.
Yes, because as I said, not necessarily you have a lot to do
Yep,
with them, but somebody you have
suddenly
met.
come.
Yes. Okay. So I'm glad they can help it in the spirit world as well. So, because I know with the first gentleman, the way he came forward was with this feeling of, I want to go out. I want to get out in the free. I want to get out in the fields. I want to get out in the nature. I want to go out, feel the sun and the fresh wind.
That's right. And if I'm allowed to say, my husband had him sitting in the car playing him classical music, which he wasn't used to, and he loved it.
Fantastic. But you know, it's, I know, Gillian, I gave you a gentleman the other day, but I know it wasn't this gentleman,
no,
because
it's not this one.
but I know the way he is coming in here. I know the way he is coming in here is just this, with this feeling of freedom and getting free, getting out, and I believe that's basically what they are trying to put forward to you tonight.
Yeah.
This need of get out of the house.
I do need to get out.
Get out, get some fresh air.
Get a life.
And I feel with this gentleman, he's quite a direct man in his speaking as well. There. Okay,
Yeah.
so just know that they are watching you from the world of spirit. So I'll just leave both of them with you there.
Thank you so much.
So thank you for working with me.
I shall get out of the house. Thank you so much.
So over to you, Fredrik.
Thank you very much, Jack, for your wonderful demonstration here. And as I was listening to you, I was very much aware of a lady from the spirit world. I might go direct, I might throw the information out, it depending on how my Swedish GPS is working tonight. So we will see how it works. So as I was listening to Jack, I was very much aware of a lady from the spirit world. I do know this lady is a mum, and I do know she's passing to the spirit world with a cancer condition. And one of the pictures she's showing me is a hairdressing salon. So I don't know if she owned a hairdressing salon or if she worked in a hairdressing salon, but I do know a hairdressing salon is very, very important to this mum. Is there anyone who can understand this lady? No one. Because Donna, could you please unmute yourself? And Marion. Hi, Donna.
Hi.
Hi. I have to be true and honest to say I know Donna a little bit. I have worked together with her, but I have never given her a message. And I know she's a fabulous medium herself. So would you understand everything I have said about your mom, Donna?
No, sorry. I make a mistake. She is a mum. I didn't realize you meant my mum. No.
No, but she's
this lady just was a mum.
and would you understand the hairdressing salon with her?
Well, she worked as a hairdresser.
Let's see. I can see Marianne put her hand up as well. So Marianne.
Hi, Fredrik.
Hi.
I can take the mum. I can't take she passed with cancer, but the hairdressing was a biggie for us because we had our own hairdressing shop, which my mum was a receptionist in that, and so that played a big part in her life.
Thank you for speaking up, Marianne. But I feel the energy goes to Donna here, and with this lady, you would understand she was a mum, even if you wasn't your mum, but you was a mum. But she must have been a lady who was looking after you as well. No, because I feel the motherly vibration towards yourself with this lady as well.
No, sorry.
Let's see. Interesting, because she drew my attention to yourself here, and I do know she worked in the hairdressing salon, and I do know she was very good in what she was doing, and she was very popular in her work as well.
Yes.
But I also know people would just come into her to have a word with her, speak to her, and share the gossip with her.
Yes.
Yes, and you would understand the cancer condition with her as well.
Yeah.
But also I feel she's a kind of lady who wasn't speaking up about the cancer or anything. She just kept everything to herself.
No, that's not correct. Sorry.
No, I have said something isn't right here. So
Okay.
So just please continue, listen, Donna.
Okay.
Marianne, would you understand
you.
everything I've said here? Something isn't right.
Yes, everything except what
Yeah.
Mama passed with.
Yeah, I might have two ladies here. So, but would you understand people coming into the hairdressing salon as well to just have a gossip and listening to the gossip?
Very much so.
Yeah, and also you would understand with this lady that she would keep the cancer condition to herself as well. She wouldn't speak about it to anyone.
If that was the case, yes.
Yeah, because I do know with this lady, I have integrity and I don't want to speak to anyone about what's going on in my private life.
Thank you.
I'm happy to listening to what other people are saying, but I'm not giving anything of myself.
Yes, that's what she was like. Yes.
Yeah, and I have to say with this lady, I feel I'm overactive and I'm always something to do and always something going on in my life, and I nearly never take any break. But all the time I'm working and I'm very busy, I always have a smile within my face because people would always think she felt good and she felt really well. Would that make sense?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, and I also know in our house, it was always very, very neat and tidy in the home, and it always looked very beautiful because I feel I'm working in the home in the morning and then I'm going to the hairdressing salon and do everything I have to do there. But I also feel I'm going home to people to do the hair.
Yes.
And I also know that she wasn't always very good to charge money for her work. It was a lot of charity work from her as well, because I feel she also walked towards people who was quite poor and didn't have enough money. But everyone, as you say, everyone deserved a good haircut.
Yes, I can take that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I also know when she was seeing people, they were always treated her with respect and with love, and she was always welcoming wherever she came.
Yes.
Yeah. And interesting. Would you understand if I say she was specified to cut women's hair, but she ended up to cut men's hair as well?
I can take that as well, yes.
Yeah, because it is like when I'm seeing anyone or visiting anyone, I can do them both when I'm there. Yeah, but I also know wants to speak about the lady here who's full of joy and full of laughter as well, because I want to be spending time together with yourself. I want to be out of the house. I want to spend time with just yourself and me and having a good bladder.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and there is always something to talk about and always something to share from the story of her, because she has a very good memory.
Yes.
Yeah, and all the stories who has been told, she remember them.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know she would told you a few of the stories without telling who told them from the beginning, because there is time where she nearly could bear, where she could barely stop laughing when she was telling the stories. So I do know she really enjoyed what she was doing in her work.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And would it be true to say that you were following her to the doctor and just helped her at the doctor's because she wanted to have someone that she could rely and trust on?
Yes.
Yeah, and I do know there is trust issues with this lady towards other people, but I do know the trust within yourself and her is very, very strong.
Yes.
Yeah, and even since she passed to the spirit world, you still have the communication with her and having a talk with her from time to time.
I do, yes.
Yeah, and interesting. Would it be true to say when she feels it's time for you to go to the hairdresser, she always makes something with your hair?
Yes.
Yeah, and so you know it's time for you to go. But most and foremost, she just enjoy your company, because it is like, even if she's in the spirit world, the time is still there, and we still have a good laughter and a good joy.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so I do know she's walking with you and sharing your thoughts and the love together with you as well. And just before I leave you here, you just recently been to the graveyard.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, and she was walking with you, just two steps behind you and walking with you there, and she was hearing what you were saying, and then you must have lit a candle as well and sending your prayers and your thoughts. It's not a prayer that you would do publicly here, but it's a prayer who means something for you and those you have in the spirit world.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So I'm just going to leave the love from her to yourself, and thank you very much for speaking up.
Thank you very much, Fredrik. Bless you.
So I do have a father here who comes forward, straight forward, and I feel I'm totally all over the place with this gentleman, and it looks like Fred Astaire with the dancing and the music and everything. And I do know I'm wearing a hat, and I also have a stick. But I also know with him that I love to entertain people, and there is something in his head who just crackling down and taking him to the spirit world. And I feel I haven't been true and honest from the beginning with my health, but it's something that I kept to myself. Annette, I can see you put your hand up. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Would you understand
this,
everything I have said?
Yes.
Yeah. May I ask, would this be your father?
Yes.
Yeah, and you would understand the dancing and everything like that as well, and you would understand, because he's showing me a wardrobe full of men's shoes here, and not only that, because I can use all of them as a mirror as I want to look how I'm looking in my face.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, and I do know I polish my shoes, and I'm also very picky with the clothes I'm wearing, and I don't want anyone to buy me clothes. I want to buy my own clothes, and not anyone is allowed to ironing my shirts, because no one can do it as perfect as I can. Would that make sense?
He used to be like that when he was younger with his shirt, but as he got older, you know, and not good in health, Yeah, but I understand it.
Yeah, because it was just his personality. Even though people were keen to help and support him, he wants to do everything himself. Because,
that's right.
Yeah, because I'm talking about the father here who is 100% independent and wants to be independent as well. Because if I asking you for a favor, that means I need to give you a favor back, and that's not him.
That's right. That's right.
But I also know with him, the whole family always had a good laugh together, and there was always good memory together, because even if I'm very, very busy with your father, my family is very important to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
indeed.
yeah, and if I can do anything to support my lovely family, I would do it, no matter what, because it is like,
Yes.
I want my family to be the best, and I also know with him that he has helped yourself, but you must have a sibling as well. He has helped his children with the schoolwork and make sure they understand everything.
Oh, I
gone through.
understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I understand. Yeah.
no matter what you are doing in life, education is one of the most important things. So if you don't understand, I'm rather much prefer to stay home an evening and help you with the schoolwork. But it's so important that you understand the schoolwork. You understand?
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and he also showing me the variety of interest, and I feel with him, he wouldn't tell you to not do anything, because he realized everything he wants to do will give you life experience in life, and that's so important to have when you're growing up and become older. So I do know, no matter what you are choosing, he would support you in the way he could.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm also talking about the father here, who is very technical interested as well.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because I want to go into the depth of how everything works, and it is like there should have been a radio in the home, and I feel this is a really old school radio where he wanted to see how everything was working inside. So it is like I open the radio and it never works again.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah,
Understand,
but then he would blame something else for this, because he would never take any responsibility himself, and he wouldn't be angry or upset, but he wouldn't accept something negative himself. It's just a personality he has.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But would you understand as well, traveling together with the whole family, and when I say the whole family, everyone was included, and no one is really allowed to say no, because it is important we do things together.
Yeah, in his younger days. Yeah.
But even if it's his younger day, it is still with the family, because I want to do everything with the family, and also I want everyone in the family to come and see my shows, the entertaining I'm doing, because it is important for me to hear what my family says, because I do know, no matter what other people saying, it's what I hear from my family who is the most important.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And I do know that there was a few disagreements with him and your lovely mom, but they always sorted everything out, because in the end he always turned everything so it sounded everything comes from him.
Yes, he turned. Yeah, that's it. He was right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also talking about the father here who loved to have the last word in every conversation, in everything, and he wouldn't allow anyone else to have it.
That's right. That's correct.
So, and I do know music is very important in his life, and I try to understand, and I try to listening to all kinds of music, and there should have been times where I tried to take singing lessons as well, but he wasn't the best singer, but he wasn't the worst either. So I do know he enjoyed what he was doing, and he was really appreciated as an entertainer as well.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
And they still signed the postcards in your home from when he was doing his entertainment and his shows, and I do know every time I look at these cards, it's always bring you laughter and joy.
I know. Yes. Yeah. I know. Yeah.
And before I leave you here, in your home, there should be a picture where he's standing on one foot and actually holding his hat above his head.
I can't place that.
And it is like, I have a striped jacket. And it is like, welcoming to my show, welcoming to this evening, something like that.
Yeah, I can't place that.
That's fine. It's just a picture he's giving me here. But I know when you're going through the picture, you will find the pictures, and it will always give you a good laughter and a good joy when you see it. So thank you very much for speaking up.
Okay, thank you.
And he loves you, and he loves you dearly. So thank you very much for speaking up.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So back to you, Jack.
Yeah, thank you, Fredrik. Yes, and while Fredrik was working there, I became aware of actually quite a few people around here. So I tried to pick the right one. But I know as I'm sitting here that it is a younger lady that is drawing closer to me. And I feel with this lady, young lady, when she passed, I feel with her. She hasn't been that old. I feel like in her early 20s, around that age when she was passing. I do feel with her here that was illness that took her away, and I'm not a doctor, but it feels like a cancer condition. It could be like leukemia or something like that. I feel like it's running through my entire body there. So would anybody so far understand a young lady like this? Donna, yeah, you can understand it. So Donna, would it be right saying about this young girl here? Would it be right about her here? Let me see. I do feel with her, but before she got ill, she was quite a lively girl, quite a girly girl, if I can put it that way. You understand that?
Yes. Yes.
She was very much about her looks. The hair should be right, the nails should be done, and I feel like I'm not doing my own nails. I'm going somewhere to get somebody to do my nails. You understand this?
I don't know specifically, but she definitely looked after herself. Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. But and I do feel with her here that the illness here, would I be right saying it was cancer or leukemia?
It was leukemia.
It was leukemia because just have this feeling like it's just running through my veins. It's
Yes.
I haven't tried, so I don't know really how it feels, but it just was just the thoughts that came in with that feeling. But you know, with her, okay, you know, with her as well, she was quite a brave young girl. I want to say.
Yes.
As well, she was brave just to the end. She was this like, I'll fight this. And you must understand here as well, she was doing what the doctor told her to, but she was doing many other things as well to support her own immune system in different way. You understand this?
I'm not sure. Sorry.
You're not sure. That's fine. It's just the feeling I'm having here that I'm looking at different ways to take care of myself, taking care of my own body. But also know I wasn't. Yeah, I was a fighter, but and I wasn't that type of person that was whining about things. It was like, and it's like not many people knew about it before it got more obvious. You understand this?
Yeah.
She kept it for herself as long as she could, because she was that type of person, as I feel her here. I don't want to bother other with my problems, and if I do that, I have to deal with their emotions. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It's enough with my own emotions.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the feeling she's bringing in here. But she also make me aware of that you in some areas is a little bit like her in that way.
Okay.
Okay. Just say no if you're not understanding here. But it's this feeling she's bringing here. That's sometimes from my experience is it's from her experience is that sometimes it can actually help to talk to somebody about your emotions.
Yeah, I get that.
Don't keep it all for yourself. Okay. I do hope it makes sense, but that's the way she's coming forward with it here. But also, okay. Yeah, so, and this feeling that came as a shock for many people when it came out, and I feel like when it came out, from the came out to she passed, it took quite a short time actually. You understand this?
Do you know, I can't remember the exact time, the length of time.
Okay, it just feels like it was a short time from I made it public. I'm sick to I was gone. It's that feeling
Yeah.
I'm having here. But I know with her the way she's coming in here she is coming very much with this about the emotions, about the words that we are saying. About all about this. Don't keep too much to yourself. I'm not talking about you being sick or anything. It's not.
Mhm.
It's not these things we're talking about. It's about the emotions, the thoughts, the all these things. Because I know as she's coming forward here, she was a girl that could have many thoughts, and so are you as well. She's saying, you understand
Yeah.
this? Yes. So it's like one thought starts and. There's one. It's not like a never-ending story going on there.
Yes.
And sometimes she's talking to somebody about it
Okay.
to kind of put things in order. I hope it makes sense to you.
Yes, it makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So just take a presence there, and I'll just leave her with you there. And thank you for letting me work with her.
I was with her auntie last night. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, Jack. As I was listening to Jack, I was very much aware of a younger lady from the spirit world, and I do know wants to speak to a friend to her here today. And I do know we did everything together and we shared everything that we could do together as well. And I feel it's a tragic passing with her to the spirit world, and it's more than one issues that's taking her to the spirit world. I feel there is cancer involved, but there's also other issues and something to do with food that you don't really eating properly or don't keeping the food within yourself. But I also know the one I'm going to speak to here was her biggest support in life, and I do know both of you supported each other as much as possible. And I want to speak about the lady who had a lot of fun and a good laughter together as well, because there is everything together and it's such a beautiful. Renee, I can see you put your hand up. Could you come into the room, please?
Yes.
Yes. Would you understand everything I have said?
Yes, I understand everything so far.
Yeah. And would you understand, I'm not saying this is your sister, but she referring to sisterhood between yourself and her.
Yeah, she always does refer as sisters.
And there must have been a conversation that you had, both of you, like the sisterhood, because when I said the sisterhood, she smiled and I could see your smile as well. So I do know that is the beauty of everything. So I do know there isn't anything you didn't know about each other.
Yes.
Yeah, and I do know we have shared everything, but also things who was quite secret within her that you couldn't really speak to anyone else about. But I know I can speak to you because you have always been very true and amazing to me, because you have given your opinion, but you have always been able to see it from a different perspective as well. And most and foremost, the reason why she's love you is you have never judged her.
Yes.
Yeah, you have always supported her through her life, no matter what she has been through. And also when she was growing up, her life wasn't really the best either, and there was no one that she could speak to. So therefore it became quite natural that she was talking to you. And I do know you always helped her and supported her through her way. And if it wasn't for yourself, her life would have been much shorter than it was. You understand this?
Yes.
Yeah. But she also wants to speak to you most and foremost about the joy and the happiness that you share together, because it is like we're spending so much time together from early morning to late evening, and there's always something to go on with. And we both are quite, what's the right word? We don't like to sit still and do nothing. That something needs to happen, and we are spot on there as well. And even if we're struggling with money, we always manage to get the money we need to go where we want to go. You understand this?
Yes.
Yeah. And she also talking about adventureness together with yourself and her as well, because we just got an idea and then we fulfilled it no matter what. We wasn't really thinking of what could happen. We just did it, and that's makes so much joy and happiness in our life as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and I have to say this went on for a long time, and then when she gets sick, I feel she tried to hide it in the beginning, and you actually realized there was something going on with her, because you're talking about your sensitivity, and she could never tell a lie to you.
Yes.
Yeah, and even if she didn't tell you anything, you would always know what was wrong with her, and you could tell it to her as well. And she's talking about your mediumistic ability and your psychic ability, because you would sense and feel what's wrong, and also try to help her, and also the ability with the healing you have within your hands, and also the ability to heal and help her as well. But
I would do Reiki.
yeah, but you have also helped her mom through certain situation as well with the healing. Would that make sense?
Sometimes.
Yeah, because with her mom, I don't want to go to the doctor, but I do know you helped her mom a few times as well, just because you wanted to do it, and also because it was your friend's mom.
Yes.
Yeah, but she talking about all the laughter and joy, and never ever any boring time in between both of you as well, because you really uplifted each other. You share the joy and the happiness, and she pointing out, as she's here now, she pointing up to the sun and telling you are the sunshine of my life, and you will always shine. So, and that's how much she loves you, and she will always be in your thoughts and always walk with you, no matter where you are in life, and you will always shine through her way.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. Yes.
So can I just leave the love and the healing from your friend to yourself, because she is very close to you, and she's giving you healing for things that isn't really working well at this moment in time. Would that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank
So
you.
so I do know she's very close to you, and just having a good laughter and share your emotions. So thank you very much for speaking up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you for donating your time, your energy, and the culmination of all the years of training that you have gone through to present this evening for us. Thank you so much. The messages were well received and very pertinent and very personal to those who received them. So beautiful. Jack, sir, if I could ask you, please, for the closing blessing in your native tongue of Danish. Thank you.
Yes, Lawrence, and thank you. And I really appreciate to close this service in prayer in my own language. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just ask you, as many of you don't understand the Danish, just be with the energy of the prayer. Men Gud, min skaber, som jeg er her foran dig og dine, takker jeg ydmygt for, at vi sammen har åbnet den dør mellem de to verdener. Jeg takker dig for at deltage i denne gudstjeneste, hvor du har mødt hver en, præcis som de kender dig. Jeg takker også for at møde dem, der ikke kender dig, og omfavne dem med kærlighed og med omsorg og trøst. Jeg takker for, at du tager alle dem, der går hjem, med dig tilbage, og lad dem for et øjeblik give deres nærvær og deres kærlighed som på denne aften, på denne tjeneste. Deres ord og deres kram. Så vi som en enhed har kunnet bringe opløftelse og lys og helbredelse til alle, der har deltaget i denne gudstjeneste, såvel som til alle dine skabelser. Jeg sætter min tro på den åbne dør, hvor vi kan mødes og tale og være forenet med dem, som vi har elsket, og for en stund mærke den kærlighed, der binder os alle sammen for evigt, og modtage den healing, der er tilgængelig for alle. Tak til alle dem, der har gået igennem denne dør denne aften, om de har været her før eller ej, og har fået en stemme eller ej, så ved vi, at alle har haft muligheden, og måske været for at give et kram, for at løfte, for at inspirere. Alle på en. For det er lige nøjagtigt på den måde, der er rigtig for den enkelte. Og det gør vi sammen. Amen.
Amen. Jack, Fredrik, again.